Pledges are made, commitments are made, but not one of those commitments have come to fruition.
Procurement seats to Africa or Latin America. And even when there is majority support in the council,
and in many instances is driving deepening inequalities amongst countries.
We actually see it as very positive, and we are quite supportive of the endeavors that he has been making. Yesterday, I actually issued a statement supporting the proposals of King Mohammed VI because we certainly believe that Morocco has the right to preserve its territorial integrity, and we think in doing so, a peaceful approach obviously is one that I think would allow for neighborliness, for continued good relations, and for continued cooperation amongst African states, and by extension the Caribbean, Latin and South America. So we very much support the initiatives, and we think it shows King Mohammed's astute leadership in this regard.
Well, first of all, there must be honest discussions and dialogue among nations in respect to the challenges confronting us. If you take, for example, the issue of climate change, we have the Conference of the Parties. It's a mechanism that was created by the United Nations to discuss the issue of global warming and climate change and to define solutions to this challenge. We've had many occasions of meeting at the Conference of the Parties, the decisions made, but the reality is there is a situation where the global north shows empathy on issues confronting the global south, but are not prepared to take the actions that are required to address the issue. And so it's important for us in the global south to recognize that and for there to be greater collaboration and greater unison in respect to us arriving at what is the real solution to our challenges. And so we have to address the issue of injustice and the delay of implementing measures towards addressing the challenges that we face as a global community. And so we're going to need people like, for example, His Majesty the King, who is well respected globally and in Africa. And the initiative that he has started is an important one that will help the global south discuss issues and define solutions to those issues. And I believe with his sincerity and the respect that which he holds globally, he is very well placed towards helping us advance solutions to challenges that we face.
First of all, I want to thank the organizers of this conference. I want to also thank the government of the Kingdom of Morocco, particularly the King, for having us here. The arrangements have been excellent so far. As you know, Africa and the Caribbean share a common history. Africans were forcibly taken from Africa and sent to our region to work as slaves on the plantations. These slaves cultivated sugar and other crops and created wealth for Europe. When the slaves were freed, the plantation owners were paid, I think, $20 million, 20 million pounds. At that time, that was a lot of money. We are asking for reparations for slavery, which was in effect a genocide against the people from African descent. And we cannot get discussions on the way for reparations, and that hasn't happened. Even at the last Heads of Government Conference in Samoa, these negotiations reached deadlock. So the playing field has not been level. We see South getting together, particularly Africa and the region that share a common history. We see it benefiting both countries, both regions, both the people of Africa that live in larger countries and the people of the Caribbean. We can share technology, we can share knowledge, we can have trade amongst ourselves, but we need to have transportation links. And I think what's most important is develop transportation links, because it's 5 hours from some parts of Africa to our country. If whether once you can develop these links, we can trade. We can trade the goods that are produced in Africa, and we can also trade knowledge. So I see a great future. And the country or the kingdom of Morocco is leading in that respect. Your king, Mohammed, is a primary functionary, is a primary person in creating that unity between Morocco and the region, particularly in St. Lucia. In St. Lucia, we are on the verge of having where we want to have one university graduate per household. Because we think education, because we are the country of Sir Arthur Lewis and Derek Walker, two Nobel Prize winners. And incidentally, I want to tell you, we're also the country of Julian Alfred, the fastest person in the world now. So we're a country of a rich history, a country of a rich heritage, a country of people who have made their contribution to the world. So the Kingdom of Morocco helps us in terms of education, where we can have to help us if we can educate our people. And we think that one university graduate per household is a very important initiative, and we thank Morocco for doing that. So I believe that we can develop a lot. We've lost a lot of time. I think these new modes of behavior, these new modes of contact can help Africa and the Caribbean and generally South-South cooperation.
قبل ما تخرجوا ما تنساوش تضغطوا على زر الاشتراك وتفعلوا الجرس باش يوصلكم كل جديد ولو بريس.